Yo!
Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, man? It's your boy CL Cool.
And it's your boy
And welcome
Tez.
to the podcast, Still Up Pro Wrestling, ... I think.
Don't forget them 3 dots.
Don't forget the 3 dots. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And here on this Saturday, January the 7th, 2023, Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year.
Breaking out a new year. And breaking into the new year, we had the debut of Mercedes Mone, aka Sasha Banks, debuting in New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, where she confronted Kari, who just won the Kingdom Women's Championship. She was celebrating, and Mercedes Mone came in and tried to shake her hand and tried to hit her with some move. It botched, but to me, I don't think it was her fault that the move botched. Everybody online like crapping on Mercedes, but I don't think it was her fault. Like, Kari didn't do the move right to me. So,
it's an extra complex move, man.
Yeah.
It's for somebody, and don't get me wrong, I like Kari, but that's one of the moves. If you gonna do it, you gotta have somebody that's gonna be smooth with it. You remember a couple weeks back when me and you were talking, when we first talked about Sasha, or Mercedes Mone, and we were talking about her work in WWE. Yeah.
And you remember I was saying, like, and I think both of us were saying it, how like it's gonna be a different type of thing in New Japan, especially like the language barrier and all of that kind of stuff, and it's gonna be very different in WWE.
Yep.
And I think she got a little taste of that already in her debut.
Oh yeah, because
because when she went there, like when she debuted, and you heard the music, like the crowd didn't pop.
Nah.
And also, what I know about Japan audience, they don't really pop like that. Like, you're not gonna get like you're not gonna get that in New Japan. They were more, I guess you can say,
reserved.
Yeah.
And they actually just got the ability back to pop.
Exactly.
Was it the end of this month, or did they already get it back?
Well, the beginning of this month.
Because they can actually, because at once upon a time,
they couldn't.
You couldn't, because of COVID restrictions, you couldn't really do much of anything.
Yeah, and I think that's why they loaded this show up with like Omega and her coming in. Mm-hmm. Like, they loaded this show up because it was the first time people could come back. But
and honestly, at a live show, man, not being able to make noise, not being able to react, it takes so much out of it, because you go for the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's like when people say they go to church. It's like, if you're gonna be quiet, ain't nobody gonna make noise, you might as well stay at home.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of going?
Yeah.
So if it's a live event, that's what brings it alive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So she did a press conference after that saying like she's going on a world domination tour. And Saraya, believe it or not, for next week's Dynamite has a surprise partner that she's supposed to go against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. And the rumors are that Mercedes Mone is going to be their mystery partner for Saraya when she comes to Dynamite.
I'm gonna say this, and I said this about the Bray Wyatt reveal when it was the White Rabbit.
Okay.
If this is not Mercedes, whoever come through that curtain, unless, who could they even bring up that would even, unless it's somebody on that caliber, which right now as a free agent I can't think of anybody.
I mean, unless you're talking about Mandy Rose, and I'm pretty sure she's still on a no compete.
Oh yeah, that's fresh.
So I'm pretty sure it's not her.
Nah, it's gonna have to be somebody amazing. And right now, with the anticipation for that, it better be Mercedes. Tony better get on the phone. Cause look, if he let everybody down with that, it'll be like when Christian came through that curtain that one night.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, It was like, hey, it's Christian, but it's
really like, yeah. So that's the rumor that's going around. Plus, also, New Japan has confirmed that Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Mone, will challenge Kari for the IWGP Women's Championship at Battle of the Valley on Saturday, February the 18th in San Jose. So she's going for the belt already. next month on the 18th, and it's gonna be here in the U.S.
Since they doing it so soon, watch them put the bet on her. If she going on the World Domination Tour, you got it. Just like when the Hardys went on that little tour and they got all the tag belts. Basically what the FTW is doing now. I mean FTR. What FTR is doing now, that is probably what Sasha's about to do, or Mercedes, and prove her point.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm here for it, but
yeah. So that's gonna be next. That's gonna be next month. She's going for the belt. So we can expect that. And any more thoughts on this? Do you think this is a good idea for her to go to potentially go to AEW, as the rumors say, or do you think, like, to me right now it's not? To me, the debut not starting off so hot because of the crowd not. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. She didn't seem like a big deal to me. Like it just seemed like, and I guess because in Japan. Instead, I think this was an AEW. It would have been way bigger pop than it would be in Japan. So I just think the initial debut of hers didn't go off well.
And let's be real, the way the audience is in Japan, and this is just me noticing, for the male stars that were like the mega stars that showed up over there, I don't know. It's like they get different receptions because when Moxley showed up on that screen. You heard some reaction. When Kenny Omega, somebody showed up on that screen, you hear reaction. When Jericho showed up on the screen, you heard reaction. Mercedes walked through the curtain. Alright, but then again, like I was telling you earlier before we went on the air, WWE hasn't had a TV deal over there in a while, to my knowledge. So a lot of the modern product, if you want to watch it, you gotta search to watch it. So, you know, if it's not convenient, just kind of like over here, if we can't find a show, we probably just gonna either look online for the results or we just gonna not even bother.
Gotcha.
So a lot of the main talent that's going now, they probably don't even know them like they did back in the day when they had a deal over there. Because once upon a time, Vince used to have people on their show that would go back and forth. So, you know, they had like a little exchange going on back in the day. So now that that's not happening, you know, your people go over there, it's like, okay, well, unless you were huge to the point to where it was undeniable who you are. Yeah. I mean, and not knocking her, because, you know, I applaud what she's doing. I want to see her be successful because she stayed in the WWE system for a while. Be successful. Do your thing, Mercedes.
All right.